What's going on YouTube? What's going on Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of Big Pat Sports Talk. And we're going to be talking about the Giants rookie minicamp in review. We're going to go through some interviews, and we're going to be playing some highlights of things in the background. And I just want to go over the Giants rookie minicamp for you guys. I know a lot of you guys are just aching at the bit to get some Giants action, and we're gonna see some minicamp things going on, and we're just gonna go over some interviews over some interesting players. So, I mean, guys, tune in. First player we're gonna go over, Mr. Darren Beavers. This is one of my favorite draft picks. We got him in the 6th round. I think he was an actual steal, and we're gonna go over his interview. And then we're going to go over a couple other players' interviews, and there's probably going to be a part 2 or maybe a part 3. We're going to do a couple of parts to this series. So let's go ahead and get started with everything, and let's get into the Darren Beavers interview.
How much pride do you take in coverage? I feel like that's an integral part.
I take major pride in that. I mean, obviously in the league now, it's a lot of pass, so that's something that as a linebacker you got to be able to handle. And like I said, I take very prideful in that.
Did you get a lot of feedback from Coach Ray down at the Senior Bowl in that regard? I know the big flip was you and the tight end from Colorado, but just in general, how did you able to handle zone and match up in man versus tight end?
I mean, I feel like it's always something you can improve on. You'll always get better at it. You can pick up on a few things with different guys. Different guys like to break a certain way or like to run the route a certain way. So if you pick up on that, I feel like it can help you better. It can help you.
All right, so they asked him about coverage as a linebacker. This has been stated that this will be one of his weaknesses coming into the NFL. They don't believe that he could be very good in coverage when they're going against covering, you know, those faster running backs coming out the backfield or going to tight ends. The thing is, you don't draft this guy to be a man cover linebacker when it comes to your defense. You draft him because he's very versatile. He's very good against the run. I believe he's an A+ against the run. He has edge rusher capabilities. He has experience at edge rushing. And believe it or not, he's very good in zone coverage. So when we want to run a heavy zone scheme, I believe he will be probably the linebacker that they call on to run a heavy zone scheme and playing teams that can run the ball very well. Look for this guy to get some playing time against the Titans. Look for him to get some decent playing time against the Titans, going against King Henry and that zone passing attack that the Titans have. The Titans love to attack you in the zone. They lost their deep threat in A.J. Brown. So they're going to look to attack us in the zone. I know they got Traylon Burks, but he's just a rookie. So I don't expect him to come flash out of the pan destroying people. I may be wrong, but look for him to get some very good playing time against teams like the Ravens, the Titans, the Eagles, teams that are known to run the ball very well. But let's continue on.
Cool.
What's this been like for you?
It's been surreal.
These 2 days.
Yeah, it's been surreal. It's been something that I've dreamed of since I was young, man. And coming out here and practicing on the field is something that it's, like I said, it's surreal, man. It's a dream come true, and every day you gotta come out here and give it all. I mean, you only got one shot at this, so that's the plan. Just come out here and just give it all.
Does it feel similar to like playing football in college, or
I mean, it's still football when it comes down to it. It's football. So if you know football, you know how to play football. Like I said, you come out here and you give it your all, you're gonna make a name for yourself. So I feel like, I mean, you can kind of compare it to coming out of high school, going as your first time in college. But I feel like obviously these are way better players. So you got to do more stuff, extra stuff to get that competitive edge that you need to have. So I feel like I said, just give it your all and you give it your best shot.
What's the biggest thing that you're taking from this?
You gotta be smart. You gotta pick up on stuff really quickly. We have short meetings. We gotta come straight on the field. So just knowing your stuff, taking the time, the preparation, the studying that you people don't see after hours. is really, really important.
You understand the condition of the Giants linebackers? It's a pretty damn good one.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
It means everything, man. You got to, like I said, it's something that you have to keep it going. And I hope I can come out here and keep it going, man. That's something that, like I said, we take seriously. So we got to keep it going.
Armstead here in the building too.
I know. So like I said, we got to come out here, like I said, work and try to aspire to be those guys.
So that right there, that was Darren Beaver's interview right there, man. I truly believe that this guy's going to be very, very good against the run. As you can see in the video up there, I'm talking about him playing against the run. You can see the highlight in the background. The guy is very, very, very dominant against the run. He did it against some very good teams. As you can see right there in the highlight, he did it against Alabama. He did it against Notre Dame. He did it against very good teams. And I believe this guy's going to be a valuable piece going down the stretch. Those games where you have to stop the run, you're going to get a heavy dose of Darren Beavers. I'm excited to see what this kid can do. I know he's going to do well for us. I believe he was very underrated coming out in the draft, a 6th-round pick. He should have been nowhere near a 6th-round pick. I just believe that this guy's going to do well. And so that was Darren Beavers, man. I can't wait to see these guys in action, man. I'm so excited about these guys. But we're going to go to the next interview, and we're going to talk about that interview during these mini camps. Okay, next we're going to get into Mr. Evan Neal. This is a guy that we're going to be counting on, you know, to come in and anchor that right side of the line, man. Big right tackle, Mr. Evan Neal, big number 70. Let's see what he has to say, and let's get into it.
How does it feel to get back out there and play some football after, probably your first real practice in a while, right?
It feels great just to go out there, you know, get back in the right tackle stance. I ain't played right tackle since my sophomore year, so brought back some pretty good nostalgia, you know, so it's just really good, man, you know. Practice on the NFL team, you know, get better than that. So definitely, my dreams came true. So we're just excited for sure.
What are some of the keys you talked about the transition right tackle?
All right, now he's transitioning back to right tackle. He hasn't played right tackle since his sophomore year in college. I don't believe it's going to be a hard transition for the fans that are worrying about him transitioning back to right tackle. It's not going to be a hard transition. He has, I believe he had over 500 snaps at right tackle. And he pretty much dominated at left tackle, right tackle, and I believe at right guard and left guard for Alabama. So I have no issue with him transitioning to right tackle. We all know that Andrew Thomas is our left tackle, so there's no way that we're going to put him at left tackle unless Andrew Thomas gets hurt. Praying that Andrew Thomas stays healthy and this guy stays healthy for a full season. And let's see what Daniel Jones can do. Both these guys turn into standstills at the offensive line at the left and right side. Both his blind sides are protected. And let's see what Daniel Jones could do. Let's go Big Blue.
Some of the keys that you're trying to focus on, it's obviously a different.
Yeah. Really just trying to, you know, make sure, you know, my stance and my set, you know, being on the left side. So really just transitioning everything back over to the right. You know, that's pretty much what it is.
What's the balance between not pressing out here because it's your first time getting NFL organization as opposed to going out there and playing?
I'm just going out there and doing what I love, man. Just playing ball, just trying to get better, you know, grasp the playbook, you know, just having fun. You know, it doesn't get any better than this, man.
You're the kind of guy who wants to hit and gets restless when you're paddling.
We hit a whole lot of Alabama, so I guess Coach Saban made me that way. But it's a time and a place for everything. But, you know, right now we're just trying to get the fundamentals down and just, you know, try to get better, you know. So I'm just excited to do that.
This guy here, Evan Neal, I'm just going to be honest with you with this video here. He seems like he can be one of the leaders on his offensive line. He's very well spoken. He's trimmed down a lot. He looks good. Pause. He looks like he's ready to go. I don't see him having any weight issues. I know that came out about him, about his weight issues. Can he get his weight down? Is he like a Mekhi Becton? As you can see, no, he is not. He looks in tremendous shape, and that medical review, I don't know who put that out. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. I don't know, but that medical review was proved to be BS. This guy's in tip-top shape, man, and I'm ready for this guy to anchor this offensive line along with Andrew Thomas and Glowinski. Those are going to be our top offensive linemen coming into the season. I'm going to look for Izudu to battle for that left guard position with Garcia and Feliciano. And, you know, Garcia and Feliciano are probably going to battle for that center position. So there's going to be a lot of battles coming into training camp for the offensive line positions, and it's going to be fun.
Much of what they're teaching you fundamentally here is a little bit different. It's what they want in their scheme versus what you're used to, or is it similar because of what you ran there?
Oh yeah, being that Coach Dave, you know, is from Alabama, it's pretty, you know, similar schematically. So there's a few nuances as far as like verbiage and terminology and things like that. But from a technical standpoint, you know, it's pretty much what and what.
And that's another point that people are not bringing out. Him and Brian Dable have experience together at Alabama, so he pretty much knows the skill set that he's going to have to bring to perform on this offensive line, and that is absolutely huge. You can't ask for anything better than that. He already knows the nuances of the offensive line. Is just the terminology is going to be a little bit different, so he's going to have a learning curve there. But as far as knowing exactly what they want to do on the offensive line, he has a pretty good idea exactly what they want to gonna do here with New York. So he already has a leg up as far as knowing what the offensive line is going to do, and that's a very good thing for a rookie. So I look for him to pick up things very quick.
It's gonna be pretty cool. You know, I'm just excited to go out there and do my best and help the team for sure. Got a chance to shake Daniel's hand. You know, he's a pretty cool guy. I don't think I met Saquon yet, so I'm just excited, you know, to continue to just build a relationship with those guys and just, you know, help the team.
Saquon said that when you looked over, he saw you. He was like, "Oh, that's a big dude." What's your reaction to that?
I am a big dude. I mean, shoot, I'm pretty sure most people that, you know, that see me have that same reaction. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he is a pretty big dude, and Saquon Barkley looked at him and was like, you know what, I'm good with this guy blocking for me, man. I'm gonna have a big season because Saquon looks ready. He looks like he's ready for revenge this year. He's healthy. He's finally going through an off season where he's not rehabbing an injury. He's just getting in shape, and that's a very good thing to have a guy like this blocking for him. So that was Evan Neal's interview at the mini camps. I'm very excited to see this guy, and I can't wait to see him on his offensive line. So that was Evan Neal. So let's get it to the next one. All right, this is the man that you guys were waiting for, Mr. Kayvon Thibodeau, man. Let's get into his interview and let's see what he got.
Tell us about your negotiation with Graham.
Oh man, you know, I mean, he's a great guy. Before we even started negotiating, we really got to know each other, right? I feel like that's the biggest part about being a team and kind of joining someone's family. So just getting to know him and getting some wisdom from him. He's been in the game for, I think, 13 years or about, so, you know, he got a lot of wisdom. So he was just able to give me a lot of wisdom, and, you know, we was able to make it work. And, you know, the military is something that's big to me. My grandfather was in the military, and he's a military kid, so just figuring out a way we could give back and figure out a way we could do something positive, you know, we figured it out.
Shout out to Graham Gano for letting this man get his college number. Graham Gano did not have to give that up. He could have been an a-hole and could have told him give me the $250,000 that they were talking about in the beginning. But it turns out that I think it was only $50,000, and Kayvon Thibodeau had to give that to charity. Shout out to Graham Gano for being a good sport and letting the guy get his number. Having that number actually would give him more of a boost of confidence, make him feel more comfortable. He has his number that he's played with pretty much his whole career, and that's pretty dope to let this rookie come and get that number from him because honestly, Graham Gano earned the right to have that number 5. He has 5 kids. He's been in the league 13 years. He's been kicking with number 5 for us since he's been here. So I truly want to give a shout out to Graham Gano for doing that for Kayvon Thibodeau. That's pretty dope.
When was your last football practice? Do you recall about?
My last football practice was Utah. Oh man, I don't even think about that. I would say it was like December, somewhere in December.
So, given the fact that you have a playoff here, and you're going to be going into a next week with OTAs, so are you cognizant of not? I mean, obviously you want to practice hard, but not overdoing it.
What you mean?
Maybe fall muscle or something.
No, I mean, you know, I feel like when you respect the game respects you, you know? So for me, I can't leave anything out there, you know, as far as my work, as far as getting in shape. And I know a lot of guys are ahead of me, so for me, it's just about, you know, making sure I'm getting in shape and learning the playbook and trying to get his head as much as I can.
Now, see, they're going to ask this guy questions because he's a pretty prominent figure to be a rookie. I've already told Lou and everybody that this guy's next. He's going to have one hell of a career and one hell of a career after the game. He's been prepped. And the questions that came out about him is his off the field career more important than his on the field career, and will he bring 100% every down? So that's the reason why they asked him that question. They're trying to trip him up. I believe the guy said, do you think that you won't go 100% since it's just rookie minicamp and blase? And great answer, man. He said, I'm going to give him 100% no matter when I'm on this field. When I'm on that field for the New York Giants, it's about football, and it's about the New York Giants, and it's about this team. So he's made that clearly in many interviews, and I believe this guy is very smart, very media savvy, and he just has a swagger about him that New York hasn't seen in a very long time. And this is a very smart individual. He's very calculated. He's going to make sure that he puts his ducks in a row, and I think you'll rarely see him make a mistake in the media, just to be honest with you. I believe this guy's been well trained, and he's very smart, very cerebral individual, and we got ourselves a pretty damn good player.
Like coming here, putting on a Giants jersey,
you know,
feeling like you're part of the team now.
You know, I put it on, but I feel like I'm not there yet. You know, I feel like there's still some hoops and some hurdles. There's still some what is it called, prelims or something I got to go through to be a part of the team. But you know, I don't have words for it. I don't even know. You know, it still hasn't hit me. I feel like it's gonna hit me once, you know, we really get into it. But I heard some music today and I almost cried because I was like, man, we really here.
What song?
It was Biggie. It was Juicy. Yeah.
Have you set a sack goal?
No, I haven't, man. You know, listen. It was funny. He was making jokes today because it's like, Coach said, yeah, you know, you're gonna have to go out there. He's like, you know, we're covering running backs. He's like, you think you could run with Saquon? And I just laughed because it's like, man, you know, it's like all these great guys that now you're going against, man, it's a different level. So I got to do everything I can to just keep getting better.
See how he deflects questions to where if he says one thing, people can hold him accountable to it. You see how he deflects those questions? Somebody said, do you have a sack number in mind for your rookie season? If he comes out and says, yeah, man, I think I can get 15 sacks, and he doesn't get 15 sacks, and they can hold that against him. So he deflects it. He's very smart. He's not going to give the media any ammo to use against them. Like I said, man, this dude's very smart, man. He knows how to handle the media. Like I said, whoever trained him on how to handle the media, or if it's just him, he's just God-given on how to handle the media. This dude, I'm telling you, man, I don't see this guy making hardly any mistakes as long as he's a New York Giant. I mean, in his career for the New York Giants. Because after his rookie contract, he's going to be one of the highest paid defensive players to ever play the game. Just going to be honest with you.
Some of the team leaders.
Well, I've tapped in with a few of them. Everybody's coming in, you know, within the next couple of days. So me, I've just really been diving in this playbook so I come out here and, you know, play fast.
When you look at the playbook, what do you see?
I mean, it's a variety. You know, for me, I love being able to, you know, do a lot of different things, and I feel like Coach Wink and Coach Drew, they really put together a plan just for the whole system. I mean, anybody could play any position. I feel like it's really dope.
When you look at your places in that system, and you look at it and say, yeah, this can work.
Yeah. I look at it. I lick my chops. It's good. You know, I just got to keep making sure I get all those ins and outs of the game.
That's a very good answer that he gave. I like the answer that he gave on those previous two questions. I believe Wink Martindale is going to use this guy in many different ways on his defensive line. You might see him play some Mike linebacker. You're going to see him play some edge. You might see him play some defensive end. I think you're going to see this guy all over the field. I think you're going to see him in coverage. And I think this guy's up to the challenge no matter what Wink Martindale brings his way. I still don't understand how he slipped to number 5, but I do understand it. I believe this guy was built for New York. And he's going to build his brand, whether you like it or not. He's going to build his brand, but he knows that football is going to be able to allow him to build his brand. So I'm never going to be worried about this guy giving 100% on the field. If you don't believe that this guy is going to give 100% on the field, you are absolutely crazy, because he knows, he is very smart, that football is going to build a path for him to go off the field and do whatever that he wants to do, whether it's broadcasting, whether it's going on ESPN. He's already got the endorsements, sponsors. This dude's going to be 50 rich by the time he gets done with his career. And I'm be honest, I'm glad he's a New York Giant, at least with his first stint. If we're able to keep him after his first rookie contract, that would be great. Hopefully this guy will be a Giant for his whole career. Similar to the Michael Strahan way, which Michael Strahan is training this guy. So look for this guy to be huge, man. And I don't think there's anything that's going to stop him unless a catastrophic injury, God forbid, happens to the man. But the guy is smart, man.
In your combine interview with the Giants, I think you told him that you almost quit football in 8th grade, I think it was. Why was that?
Well, it wasn't necessarily a quit. It wasn't like I was on the field and like I quit. You know, it was a conversation I had with my mom talking about, you know, I wanted to take a year off of football and go play basketball. It was just an idea for me, because being a kid, you see all these statistics and you see all of you guys, you know, creating narratives and creating frames on how hard it is to make it to the NFL. So for me, it was,
See how you flipped it on him? See how they brought up to say that he quit? You're always going to hear these people ask him about quitting something. You're always going to hear these people question his determination to be on the field. And so this guy is so smart, he always puts it back on them. He always has a backup plan to those questions. You're going to hear throughout his whole career, are you going to quit? Are you going to quit? Are you going to quit? His retirement is going to be one of the biggest things that happen to the NFL. Especially he comes here, he wins a couple of rings. Him retiring is going to be a major story. Watch what I tell you.
I had doubt in my mind, right? And then I had to really dial back to my faith and realize that, you know, there's going to be statistics with everything, right? It's up to you to you know, create your own legacy.
You're putting pressure on yourself to live up to
exactly
the numbers of somebody great.
Exactly. Well, not really the numbers of somebody great, but, you know, we talked about it today. Only, 1 out of 2,000 high schoolers got to sit in one of these seats.
Are you guys watching a lot of Ravens tape? And if so, is there like a guy that you kind of identified on film and see yourself in that game?
I mean, you got to watch all of them. I mean, you got outside linebackers playing D tackle. You got D tackles playing outside linebacker. You got linebackers playing Mikes. It's like people are interchangeable all over. But yeah, we are watching, you know, some Ravens defense.
Of course they're going to be watching Ravens defense. Another thing about this guy that you're probably never going to see is him comparing himself to someone else. He's always going to say, I'm going to build my own legacy, because he wants to build his brand off the field with his name. The only player that you'll see him compare himself to is probably Von Miller, because him and Von Miller, you know, are from the West Coast, and he has a very good relationship with Von Miller. So that'll probably be the only guy you hear him compare himself to. But other than that, he's always going to compare himself to himself. He's going to always say that he's going to make himself the best player going forward, and that's to build his brand. You can't build a very good brand if you're always comparing yourself to someone else. No, he's going to be the best Kayvon Thibodeau that he can be and have success going into the future. So you're not going to hear this guy compare himself to anybody. LT, Strahan. He's going to mention that he's being mentored by those guys, and he's going to take the information that they give to him and soak it up and portray it on the field and portray it to his business off the field. But you're never going to hear this guy compare himself to anybody. The closest thing you're going to get to it is Von Miller.
Oh, no, I wasn't here. I was still coming in on the flight when he got here, but I'll hopefully be able to chop it up with him one day.
Did you learn anything new today on the field just from the coaching points from Drew or anybody else?
I mean, yeah, but I can't tell you. Can't tell you what I learned.
Right.
You know, one thing people say about Wade's defense is that he likes to turn pass rusher loose.
When he does that, that's another part of his brand as well. When he does the watch what I tell you, man. He's always going to do that on questions that he likes. That's part of his brand as well. It's going to make him seem like more of a leader. Watch what I tell you, man. You might think I'm overanalyzing this stuff, but I'm telling you, man, this dude is next. And I'm glad he's a Giant because he's not going to be terrorizing us. He's going to be terrorizing other people for us. But when he does that, that's part of his brand as well. It makes you seem more distinct. It makes you seem more. When I'm trying to figure out the word that I want to say, makes you feel like the person is really deep into the question. He's really going to give you a very deep answer. So that's going to be part of his brand too. When he feels that he hears a question that's pretty good, he's always going to do that and it's going to make it seem like, watch, when he gets older, it's going to make him seem like wizard-like. This dude's going to be one of the top players when he retires. And I'm telling you, man, this dude's going to be vicious, man. Barring an injury, he's going to be vicious.
Do you feel like you'll be turned loose blitz more maybe than you were in college?
You know, it's all about creating trust. You know, once he kind of trusts in me that I know the playbook and that I'm going to be available every Sunday, you know, that I can, you know, live up to those expectations, then yeah, I feel like he's going to be able to cut, you know, whoever loose as long as they have that consistency and that, you know, trust.
Which is true. He knows that he has to come on this field and build trust, even though he's Kayvon Thibodeau. He's the number 5 pick in the draft, arguably should have been one of the number 1 pick in the draft. He knows that. And he knows that he's going to get special treatment because of who he is. But this guy's special. He's going to come with a mindset that he has to earn it. And he does it to a certain extent. But he's gonna come to it like a Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant could have got anything that he wanted and never even had to put in half the work that he did. But you know what? Kobe Bryant wanted to be the best, so he put in work like he was an undrafted free agent. And this guy's going to do the exact same thing. He's going to put in work like he was an undrafted free agent. He's going to be the first one in the building, one of the last ones to leave. He's going to be competing with Daniel Jones. And this guy's probably going to be the leader by the end of this season. In the beginning of the next season, I know for a fact he's going to be the unquestioned captain of this team. And he's going to be an unquestioned leader along that defensive line and along this team within 2 to 3 years. So just keep an eye for this guy, man. He's going to be special.
Your reaction, it seems like you kind of savor that little
I mean, I savor every moment, man. When you been through everything and your life has brought you to this point, it's like, dude, MetLife, the American dream, the New York Giants. Are you serious? You know what I mean? So I can't even see it because it's all this greatness right here, you know? So for me, it's like, it's a dream come true.
It is a dream come true for him. What better city can you come to and build a million to billionaire empire than New York? You win some Super Bowls in New York, man, you're going to be considered a god, basically. And he's going to, if you bring some trophies to the New York Giants, he's going to be able to walk around and just praise is going to come from everywhere. Everything that this guy touches, he brings a Super Bowl or 2 to the New York Giants. There's no wrong that he can do. As long as he don't do anything stupid with the law, there's no wrong this man is going to be able to do. Ask Michael Strahan. Ask Eli Manning. Ask Lawrence Taylor. Shit, ask Phil Simms to a certain degree. Ask all those champions of the New York Giants how they're treated in New York. And then if you're the main focal point, like this guy is going to be, I could just imagine the love that he's going to get in New York, bro. You think that he getting love now? You ain't going to be able to tell this dude nothing in New York if he brings a Super Bowl or 2 here to New York. Man, this dude's going to be absolutely untouchable. So that's why he says that this is the American dream, dude. I'm trying to build a brand off the field. So when I feel that I'm ready to retire and I don't want to have all those bad aches and pains when I'm done playing football, Lord forbid he gets hurt, man, that dude's brand off the field is going to be absolutely amazing. And yes, it will be bigger than Michael Strahan's. I promise you it will be.
You were drafted. What would you say has changed within these past few weeks for you, if anything?
The narrative for sure changed. If you notice, everybody thinks I'm a good guy now, and it's all funny, which is hilarious to me because I've been the same guy this whole time. But you know, I'm happy that I get to be here with my team, and I don't have to focus on anybody anymore. Now I can really just hone in on what I love to do.
Hey, can you lead as a rookie?
Here we go.
I feel like you could lead in not in football. You could lead in any position in life, right? It's about doing the right thing and doing, you know, at all times. So for me, as long as I'm leading myself down the right path, people are gonna follow. You know, as long as I'm going the right way, it's gonna be easy to have people go with me. So not saying that I'm gonna step in and be a vocal leader, but I'm gonna make sure I do everything the right way so that when people see me, they know I'm the last one leaving, they know I'm the first one in, and that's just, you know, how I do things.
So, as you heard the way he answered that question, he basically answered the question exactly like I said he was going to answer it. The guy's very smart. He's very savvy. He has a very good media presence. He has a very good presence off the field. His brand is going to be amazing. Whatever this guy creates, New York is going to eat it up as long as he wins us some games. And he knows that. So I pretty much know that we're going to be a winning team with this guy soon, because he has to do it in order to build his brand. And so look out for this guy, man. This dude's gonna be next, man. I know you guys are thinking that I'm a little bit crazy. I'm reading a little bit too much into it, but I'm telling you, this guy right here is next, man. And I know this is the interview you guys were looking for, and I dove a little bit into it. I may do a video just with Kayvon Thibodeau alone about his interviews, the way he goes about it. His presence is absolutely phenomenal. It doesn't matter who's around him. It doesn't matter what legend is around him. The guy commands the room. And yes, he will be a leader of this team very, very, very soon. He will be a leader of this team very soon, bro. And it's, I mean, whether you like the guy or not, man, you're gonna have to root for this guy pretty soon, man, because I'm telling you, this dude is next. He just has a star presence about him, man, and he's gonna do it. He hasn't been stopped yet. He's been #1 going through his whole career, his whole college career. And the worst you can say is I was drafted to the New York Giants in the first round at #5. Man, he's done well no matter what he's done. And he's going to take care of his family. He's going to take care of his business on and off the field. And he's going to be the next great New York Giant. And I can say that right now, man. It's just there's nothing you can tell me that this dude is not going to be a great player. Whether it's with the New York Giants for his whole career, or if he goes somewhere else, another big market, and makes a name for himself out there as well. Look for this dude to explode his first season. Look for you're going to see the difference between New York Giants of old and the New York Giants of new. His very first play that you see him on the field. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're going to see a different defensive line on that field the very first play. I'll say the very first pass play. You're going to see a guy that people are going to be like, oh my goodness, you have to worry about this guy. Watch what I tell you. You're going to see a man on that field that people are going to be like, damn, we got to worry about this guy. And the way Ojulari, I don't know what was told to Ojulari. I don't know who told him to do what he did, but he looks like an absolute monster. I think we got the foundation, folks. I told you in the video earlier, we got a foundation to build across. Now we got to get the quarterback situation and the offensive line situation handled, because I believe we got the receivers. When I told you that we can win 10 games this season coming up, I was not bullshitting. I really do believe we can win 10 games. Because with that guy up there, playing against teams that we're supposed to beat, and he's getting pressure, and I think Ojulari is going to take it to the next level this year, which allows Leo Williams to play at a high level again. Let's see what Dexter Lawrence got. They picked up his 5th-year option for a reason, so they must have seen something in him. And then you got veterans like Jahai Ward, who's played with Wink Martindale, that can sit there and tell these guys what Wink Martindale expects. Look out, man. Only thing that's going to hold us back, maybe the secondary, if they have to adjust, quarterback position, offensive line. And I believe they can get all that fixed by next year. So if we don't get to the 10 games like I predict us to get this year, we only win by 6 or 7. That next year, as soon as they get that quarterback, it's a wrap. And hopefully Daniel Jones could be that quarterback, and it's already a wrap. So I do appreciate you guys staying tuned. All the fans that are still watching, I do appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want to talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk, hit that join button. And talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk, because you know I'm going to talk my talk no matter what you thought. But this guy's next, man, and he's going to be a big deal in New York, whether you like it or not. Whether you believe that he's genuine or not, or whether you believe he's being disingenuous or not. This dude is next, man. And we haven't had a player like this in a long, long, long time. But this has been part 1 to the rookie minicamp reviews. We'll get part 2 out for you soon. So until part 2, peace. This has been a Big Blue Crew production.